In question 9 we're given the following graph here, and we're told that it represents the oxygen supply and demand as it varies in muscle cells during exercise. So we have the oxygen demand, which is represented by the red line, and we have oxygen supply, which is represented by the green line, and they're at varying levels using the same axes over this period of exercise. So we're asked which one statement out of a series of 4 is correctly describing what is happening in the muscle cells between 0 and 11 minutes. So let's mark on what's going on at 11 minutes. So between 0 and 11 minutes, we'll have this period here where oxygen demand, i.e. the amount of oxygen required by the muscle cells, is greater than the amount of oxygen available. So these muscle cells have less oxygen than they need in order to continue with their function. That function being aerobic respiration to generate energy. So they'll have to look for alternate means, i.e. anaerobic respiration, to make up the energy shortfall. Anaerobic respiration is less efficient than aerobic respiration, but it does generate ATP, and it's the route that muscle cells take once they fall into oxygen debt. So let's have a look at our 4 statements. We'll start with 1, or A. Anaerobic respiration only is taking place. Well, we know this not to be true, since there is a baseline level of oxygen supply that will be being used for aerobic respiration. So we can say that this is false. Moving on to B, more oxygen is being supplied than required. Well, since we have the same axis here, and demand clearly exceeds supply in the sense that demand is higher at this point, we can say this is wrong. Moving on to C, we have aerobic respiration only is taking place. Well, since we have less oxygen than is required for purely aerobic respiration to take place, as evidenced by the higher oxygen demand curve, this can't be true. And finally we have D, which summarises the situation, which is that both anaerobic and aerobic respiration is taking place, as indeed is happening for many complex muscular functions. So we can say our answer is option D.